Hi, families, caregivers. My name's Amanda Hartman, and I'm with the Reading and Writing Project. Many families, caregivers, and parents ask, how can I help my child when they get stuck on a word or when they look at me and they ask me, what should I do? I have three important suggestions to give you to support and help your reader while they are reading. With strategies that researchers all across the world suggest are the best ways to help kids be independent word solvers. The first is to help the child know that they have strategies that they've been learning and to remind them to try the things that they know. Um, Even asking kids to try again, just to try again, to read it again and reread and to see if that will help them in looking more closely at the words that they're reading. Also, when kids are reading and they don't know what the word is, or they're looking to you to appeal, or maybe they're just blowing on and they didn't look carefully at the word, reminding them to ask themselves, did that make sense to you? Because if it didn't, you're going to want to go back and reread and think about that again. So, helping kids to use the things that they know and that they have will be really important to support your readers. But also by providing them with prompts, um, directions. This is my second suggestion. Many There are many prompts that will help kids be able to look at the word and to think about how they're going to figure out that word. So giving them directions can be really helpful, even with a simple direction like say the sounds in the word. This can be really helpful because it'll help children look closely at the word. So if the word is kit, you can say, look closely at the word, say the sounds. And you might even ask kids to put their fingers underneath it and to slide it across. K, it, kit. Asking kids to um, um, not only look at the sounds, but with longer words, to look at the parts of words. So that when they're looking at a word like kitten, they can look at the first part and then the next part and to put the parts together. Um, so even just prompting that can be helpful. Or sometimes helping them to try a different sound that they know that letter makes, or those letters make, to try to figure out the word will also be a helpful prompt. So helping kids to try again and will be helpful, and to give them prompts and directions to do so. And then the last support that you can give is to show students. You can show your child if you prompted once and you prompted twice, and they still had a difficult time trying to solve the word by looking closely. You can show them what looking closely at the word and trying one of these directions looks like. So let me show you what that looks like with a young reader, Atifa. When Atifa was reading, she got stuck on a word. She got stuck on the word nocturnal. And let me just show you how I helped her with that word.
Animals are awake when you sleep. Animals that stay awake at night are not natural. Natural.
That's a really hard word. Let's say it in each part. Knock, turn, no. Nocturnal. Wait, that seems like a big word.
Yeah.
That seems like a big word. What does that mean?
I do not know.
Let's read it again so that we think about what it means, because that's one of the things that we do when we read nonfiction. Let's think about what it means. Animals
that stay.
So you see here with Atifa, She tries. She looks at each of the parts. She gives it her best go. She's trying to read it, and she comes up with the word natural. And so I know that she's going to need to look closely at the word, to look at each part a little bit more distinctly, to then put the parts together. So I showed it to her. I showed her how to look at each part, and then we blended the word together. Then it's important to check in. Does that make sense to you? Do you know what that word means? And if the child does, then you want the child to reread the sentence, and to smooth out their reading, and to think about what it means here, and what the book and author are teaching us. But sometimes the student doesn't know. It's a new word to them. So rereading again to think about what it means, is important. And that can be a helpful support that you can bring. So when you're at home and working with your child, I hope that these strategies will be helpful and useful to you. Remember to help your child try it again. First, try to see if they can do it on their own, to read it again, or to ask themselves if that makes sense. Then you can provide some directions, some simple prompts to cue your child to look at the word. And if they still have a difficult time, you can show them. You can show them how to use these strategies, and then move on in your reading. Happy reading to you, and be well. Thank you.